Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining us. I'm here with Leslie and she is the amazing social media manager who actually manages my Facebook account. And I'm so excited because she's been in the course to ensure that she can also offer Pinterest services for her clients. So today I'm going to ask a couple of questions about how you, obviously Leslie, got involved in the course. But welcome, first, welcome.
Thank you. I enjoyed being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate everything that we get to do as a partnership. It's been great. It's been a great couple of months. And so I'm excited to be here.
Awesome, wonderful. So what I wanted to start with, I obviously have said that you do social media management and you're obviously moving into Pinterest as a service, but can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do, what niche you're in, etc.?
Yeah, sure can. So I specialize in social media management for Facebook and now Pinterest, thanks to you. But my specialty has been Facebook from the beginning. So I take care of Facebook pages and Facebook groups. And with that, what I'm able to do is to use my three-step strategy and to use my vetting and my skills and able to keep the group safe for everyone in the environment. So that is what I do.
That's awesome. It's so exciting because I know obviously when we first were introduced to one another last year, that you didn't have Pinterest as a service, and that obviously started after you did the course. So I'm so excited because I've been able to see this journey that you've been on and how this course obviously helped you get to the point to offer the services. So how's it going with offering Pinterest services?
It is going great. So it has evolved over the last year. It will actually be a year in May, and I just can't believe it. But yes, Pinterest has changed what I do. It's definitely evolved. You know, my page changed drastically because I was able to take your course and go through it step by step and change my page as I went. Mm-hmm. And so that helped a lot. But it's really been beneficial to be able to offer something in addition to Facebook to my clients. And it's helped their reach and it's helped them grow.
That's fantastic. So I know you touched on it now, but let's actually expand that a little bit. What was your Pinterest profile like before you joined the Pinterest game plan, and what is it like now, whether it's yours or your client's profile?
Right. So mine was sad. I had actually switched from a personal page to a business page back when I was doing direct sales. So I did know that portion of it, but it was very sad. So I only had 84 people reach per month. Now I'm at 6,000. So it's from December to now a total drastic change. I think I'm up to 13 or maybe even 16 boards at this point. I can't keep up now because I just add additional boards as I see it fits my niche or what I do. And so yeah, it has really changed. And it's changed for my clients too, because I've started one client in January, started one client in, well, actually two clients in February. And I already see a change just in 30 days, just in making the SEO optimization there for them and for myself. So.
That's so fantastic. So you've been in the course now for 2 months, is that right, Tay?
Yes.
Perfect. So why did you decide to join the Pinterest game plan?
So the reason I decided to join is because I could see the value that I needed it to be for my business. I knew it was my next step. Facebook will always be my niche, but Pinterest was the next step for my clients. And, you know, going down the road, I'm sure there's going to be other steps, but it was where I needed to be this year, where I needed to be now, because I see the benefits. I see where it can go, how quick. Now I really see how quick it can grow. And it can only get better with joining groups, with joining tailwind tribes. And, you know, so I'm just excited to see how all my clients' pages change over the next year.
That's so awesome. And then what specific results have you seen on your Pinterest profile or your client's Pinterest profile as a result of the program?
So what I've seen, one that I saw that shocked me with a client is as I was setting her profile up, she's in the dog training business.
Yes.
And she was actually having groups reach out to her because I don't know that there's as many people out there doing that. So they're looking for people for their groups. And I thought that was interesting. With my industry, it has been a little tougher for me to get into groups, but Tailwind Tribes has been amazing. That has been a game changer for my platform. And then, you know, I've got clients that have their page set up and they're able to offer groups. So it's always great when you can throw a new group out there and then you get an influx of people coming in. So that has been learning about groups and learning about tribes has also helped with setting up the Pinterest platform. Learning how to niche down boards was another thing for me. So that was great in knowing how to lay that out and how to search for keywords to do that.
Definitely. And have you seen any increase in impressions, in repins, in clicks, any of the analytics that have grown since starting the course?
Yes, and I contribute that, I think, to the board names, because I'm seeing that a lot of the boards, like I changed a couple of mine from tips and things like that to marketing, and I saw that really helped. So niching it down and really making sure that your boards are reaching what people are looking for has really, really helped, because I'm seeing a lot of repins. Like I think I had 16 yesterday. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of repins.
That is fantastic to hear. I'm so excited about that. So I also wanted to ask you, did you have any worries or any kind of hesitation about joining the program?
I did not. So knowing you and being able to build that relationship, because, you know, if you think about it, in May, it's going to almost be a year. Because you and I kind of reached out, started talking to each other then. And having that relationship and that trust factor and knowing you and knowing the quality that you were going to put into it. Knowing you, I knew there was going to be a quality to it. And it has been amazing. It is I have to admit, it's the best course that I've taken.
Oh, that is so good to hear. I'm so glad. So what about the course really stood out to you? What was your favorite aspect of the Pinterest game plan?
So my favorite aspect is how detailed you were. So I love detail. I love attention to detail. But no, really going through it step by step and it being laid out and designed where you can go step by step and work on your Pinterest profile while you're doing that really, really helps. You know, you have the workbooks and I'm very hands-on. So being able to write down the details and being able to say, okay, here's where I'm going to start, but here's where I want to end up. That was a very big help.
Oh, that's so good. I'm so glad to hear that. I love hearing the journey that everybody goes on as they go through the course. And I know you've mentioned before that it was detailed, and I was always worried about that. But I think, like you say, it's so important in a course when you're entrusting someone to teach you something that you want someone who's going to take you through all the different steps that you know how to do it in the end. So I'm so glad to hear that. And then the last thing that I wanted to ask is, were there any other positive experiences that you had from being in the program that you maybe didn't expect or that just stood out to you?
I think another positive experience with the program, because, you know, I've talked about detail, is the weekly calls, the weekly chats, being able to be in there with other people that are taking the course and have that one-on-one interaction and being able to talk about what stage we're at and what we're struggling with. And, you know, it's like a community. So we've built our own little community, and I really love that.
That's so awesome. Those calls are my favorite as well, because we obviously get to learn more about each other, but then obviously actually get hands-on with the accounts, which is very awesome. So if someone was on this page, for example, now, and they were hesitating to purchase this course, what would you tell them that would maybe help them overcome that hesitation?
So if you're hesitating and you know it's your next step, you know, because that was where I was at, I needed to know what my next step was. And so if you know it's your next step and you're hesitant, then I would say be in Catherine's group and reach out to people and say, okay, I see that you've taken this course because you're talking about it in comments and things like that, and reach out. We will tell you the truth, and we will tell you that it's wonderful and you're going to love it.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to share this with everybody who's on the page today. Is there anything else you wanted to add before we finish up?
No, I think that's it. I just appreciate the time, and I appreciate what you've offered, and it really was a great course. I really did enjoy it. Like I said, the detail was really there, and it's helped grow my business, and I appreciate that.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Leslie, for coming on and sharing this with us.
Thank you for having me. Bye, everybody.